Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get the updates. Really excited for today's video. Beer's courtesy of Chris. Thanks so much, Chris. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate this one because it's called Black Clouds Double Vanilla. If you don't know this about me, I am the vanilla police, so I'm really excited to see if this has enough vanilla in it. Style Imperial Stout. It has notes. I'll wait till I taste it myself. And this is from Dancing Gnome. Pittsburgh, just trying to see if there's 11% ABV, and again I'll wait to read their notes until I've given my thoughts. So 11%, so that's a big one. Okay, that pours like a big one. Wow, that is, I tell you what, that's a big looking stout. That's black. I mean, that's, I've been probably annoying about it lately, like kind of like talking in depth about the brown to black ratio in some of these stouts I've been drinking. And I mean, this is that, motor oil or only like 1 degree off. Like it's really, really dark, really black. That's the name. What was the name, right? Black Clouds. Yeah, black beer. Almost exactly 1 finger of I'd say almost just spot on mocha color. Super compact bubbles. Given the ABV and the adjunct, I kind of figured it would be, killing the head a little bit more quickly. A little bit of legs, the lacing sticking around a little bit more than I thought it would too. So throw me for a couple loops, but let's see about the aroma. That has a nice vanilla aroma. It's actually kind of a mix of like vanilla bean with the husks and everything, and kind of like what like artificial vanilla is, like a vanilla wafer, like a vanilla ice cream that doesn't actually use vanilla beans. So like it's kind of, because sometimes I think that when people use the real, like breweries use the real vanilla, people who aren't used to what real vanilla tastes like can be taken aback a little bit. At least based on the aroma, you're kind of like both, like anyone who only knows vanilla one way or the other, or knows it both ways, like me, because I'm super smart. So stupid. Could appreciate that this is kind of kicking out both things. Through that, and again, more the real vanilla part, you get a big marshmallow thing, which is really nice. Probably because there's a little bit of sweetness to the beer also. So between the sweetness and that vanilla, and a little bit of like the roast stout. Not that it's an overly roasty aroma. There's almost like the charred marshmallow even. Yeah, which then does kind of get you into the very sweet chocolate. Almost like a chocolate pudding, actually. Yeah, it's pretty sweet smelling. I tell you what, as someone who, like we joke about me being the vanilla police, like, but I really do like vanilla, and I like when that flavor is in things. At least based on the aroma, this has like a really nice vanilla, but it's not only vanilla, which I also really appreciate about this. Let's see about the taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Chris. I really appreciate it. Tell you what, those little vanilla gnomes are dancing on my tongue. Wow. That's really good. And, oh man. I don't want to say the best part of this beer, but I kind of fell into saying this kind of thing recently more and more. Almost like the unsung hero. Like I said in the aroma, it wasn't overly like toasty, roasty kind of a smell. You got a little bit of that like charred marshmallow thing, coupling the vanilla with the base beer. But in the taste, there is more roast than the aroma let on. And that vanilla is really nice in this. That chocolate, and it's a sweet chocolate. I mentioned like the chocolate pudding aroma, and there is like a little bit of that in the taste too. A couple other kinds of chocolate, a bit more complex that way. But not that I think it would be an overly sweet beer, but that roast is kind of the unsung hero. It's bringing a little bit of balance to this beer. Really nice. It's just like a really nice sip. And yeah, you get this. Now that I'm mentioning pudding, like vanilla pudding, but again, like the aroma, you're getting what the vanilla wafer vanilla is and the real vanilla bean taste. You're getting both, which unless maybe that's what they mean by double vanilla. Maybe they did use like whole beans and vanilla flavoring or something. I doubt it, but I mean it's possible, I suppose. Maybe they just doubled up the vanilla beans and you're just getting so much wonderful vanilla-ness. It's coming across in multiple layers. I don't know what caused it, but it's there. And that I don't want to say soft chocolate, but at least for me, the way the chocolate is expressing itself, and the way like the roasty, and again, it's not an overly roasty beer, and the roast is expressing itself. It's not like, oh, you mean a dark chocolate, bitter chocolate. No, it's kind of like separated that way. I think if like you aged this beer for a while, like if you watch some of my reviews where I do, age beers for a while and talk about like how the flavors meld together. Right now, they're working together, sure, but you're not getting that melding of those two things. And I think time would meld all these chocolate notes with that roast, and then you would get that overlap, that cross contamination, not contaminate, cross pollination sounds so much nicer than cross contamination. And again, just a nice, tasty beer. I mean, I know, I'm not, people know Dancing Gnome makes good beer. I'm not like blowing anyone's mind by saying this is, a well-made, delicious beer. But I just want to give them their props. A little bit of that chocolate too is kind of like, actually, you know what? Not even like an Oreo cookie, because you do get like a little bit like that vanilla cream thing. I don't know if they use vanilla in the cream, but with like that chocolate wafer thing. But again, you don't really get the bitterness. That's separate. Yeah, just a nice, I don't know, really nice beer. And I think the vanilla kind of also in an interesting way, because it's adding to the beer, but I also think it's kind of not like glue, but it's also kind of like a conduit of these other flavors to all come and connect and work well together. Yeah, just good. I need that marshmallow for sure. I kept sipping because it kind of dawned on me. The way I'm explaining it, it doesn't seem like an overly complex beer. And you know what? Yeah, fair enough, because I'm not getting like, different berry notes. I'm not getting I don't know, a caramel note or a rye brown bread note. Like, I'm just trying to think of other things you might get in a stout, right? And I'm not getting those things. So I guess it's not the most complex beer ever, but also as we know, complexity does not always or does not always equal tasty, So I don't think that's a knock. But yeah, if you're looking for like a really complex beer, this is not that. This is probably for you also. It's definitely for me not the most complex, but I mean, you want a good tasting vanilla stout, this is phenomenal. Yeah. And Chris, I mean, I know you know that I really like vanilla and big stouts. So I know you probably had a pretty good idea I was going to like this beer, and I do. So I really appreciate you sending it. Have you guys had this beer before? Have you had a nice vanilla stout lately? Have you had another beer you want to tell me about that has nothing to do with vanilla or stouts? Anything, everything. Comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both of those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.